legs today. It is already hot. With splits training. Let's get my sunglasses right. So I'm going to get the fours out for light RDLs to assist in splits. I'm not looking to go too heavy because I'm trying to work on flexibility, and every time I lose, like I've got DOMs, you lose flexibility at the moment anyway. I'm answering any questions that you may have on health and fitness, fat loss and toning. I need to wipe these. No idea where the baby's put a milk bottle. Could be anywhere at this point. I've only got the one. Hey kid, did you know 16 years ago? So we're going to use the warm muscles, training legs, into some deeper squats. Right. And as usual, we're going for our superpower, volume training. So we're not high risk of injury. We're stimulating the muscle to grow. The water is just in the shade. Right, let's get started with some lunges. Start your Fitbit, bit of strength training. So long stride, then dip. High reps lunges. So this is a glute workout, just starting, warming up. Not that we have to, we'll go warm up gently into a working set. Obviously we're quite warm, so. That breeze is nice when you get it. And then I'm wearing trainers because I'm going to do heel elevated split squats next. Already I'm feeling fatigued. And if you are training in the heat like this, it's going to be a lot harder. So if you need longer rest or reduce the reps and then get better quality reps, feel free. Let's do one more. Not even counting you. Rest, get your breath back. Split squats. Hey kid, did you know 16 years ago? Been listening to Oasis, so I've got that in my head. Heart's pounding. Long in length. Can hear the crickets or cicadas. I think the crickets over here, aren't they? That blue sky, man, so beautiful. 4. This is for the glutes, so tune into it. 5, 6, leaving some in the tank. 1, 2, resting after this. Need 6 split leg squats for the glutes, the bum cheeks, toning. 4, another 2, 5, 6, rest. I'm going to take my suntan lotion out. Heart rate's right up already, 140. So. I'm going to put some on my shoulders. God, the belly left me any. Why does nursery always feel the need to drown my children in suntan lotion? They'll be out in the sun for like a minute and be like freaking out. Must have suntan lotion on. I'm like, why? They're out in the sun for like a moment. It's ridiculous. It's like overkill because it's chemicals on your skin at the end of the day. It's factor 50 then. Use that as a mirror. I think my cheeks were getting it a little bit last night. I was I can't wait to do yoga tonight. In the sun. I thought I'd burnt my back as well. And I had the smart idea last night to do my nails out in the sun. Gel nail polish. So my gel nail polish that you reacts with UV was drying up. It wasn't directly in the sun either, it was just really warm. Thanks, Grey Wool. Right, we're going to go again with the next set. I can feel my thighs, quads already. How sticky do you feel, by the way, when you apply all this suntan lotion? Round 2. I'm going to do 4 rounds of these. Just take your time. Remember, quality reps. Making every rep count. If your knees are feeling it, don't lean forward, lean on the back leg as well. That back hip flexor stretch. Mini one there. One more, then rest. Rest. Good morning. Hi, Queen Crunch. Just warming up. Well, actually, we're into working set now. The UV rays are strong. Yeah, I've just added sun cream. Factor 50. I came here just now to exercise with you after seeing you reply. Yeah. It's usually earlier on than this, but with the sun being out, we all got ready a lot slower for some reason. So the kids are happy-ish. A bit warm, but... So we've just done a lot of reps of walking lunges there and back, body weight only. Then this is our second set into split leg squats. This is for the glutes. Because I've had babies, it can be harder for me to connect to my glutes, so I do a lot of unilateral work. 1, 2, sitting on that back leg. 3, really squeezing with this front glute here. 5, just going for 6 so I can get good quality. I was just saying there as well, if you're exercising in the heat and it's hot, have longer rest. Make sure you stay hydrated. You can start feeling hungover. Don't want anyone with heat stroke. 3 more. 2, 1. And anyone who's doing hill walking today, you will be losing electrolytes, so make sure you replenish them. If you're getting any headaches and stuff, it can be a sign that you're low on electrolytes. Round 3 done. Rest. And we're going to go again. 6 minutes in this. Yeah, I watched your live stream a few days ago and many people asked useful questions and you answered them in detail and that solved my problem. Great. Yeah, know that you're not broken and what you're struggling and asking is what other people are. We are led to believe that we're not working properly sometimes, like, oh no, I've overate, there's something wrong with me. You need to become a detective and have that growth mindset where okay, that didn't work, why? What could I try again? What could I try differently? If I could go back in time, what would I try again? So if overeating, yeah, I mean, you'll always overeat from time to time. It's not normally a problem. It can actually make you feel a bit like you're not missing out. But when you're overeating on a regular basis and it's making you gain fat, that's when it becomes a problem. I'd love a like and subscribe, guys. That's when it becomes a problem. That's when we need to figure out what's going on there. Right, bodyweight lunges again. Let's go. So we're getting, I'd say, at least 20 reps in here to get the heart rate up good and proper. 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're wide enough. 6 for balance. 7. Let's count these. 8, 9, 10. As long as possible to activate the glutes and hamstrings. We don't have any problems using and connecting to our thigh muscles, our quads. Whoa, get that weed. Those are doing my head in. Gardening as you go. How dare it? Oh, nearly there. Finishing round 3. Let's get one more. Sit back, don't lean forward. Then you're hitting the posterior. Rest, get your breath back. Quiet life so far. It's bizarre though, sometimes it's quiet and then halfway through my workout it gets really busy. That's what's been happening lately. I've noticed that little difference. We're going to go into splits training as well if it's a goal of yours to work on flexibility. It's a good day today to do it with leg training. Right, heel elevated. I'm looking for about 6. If you can do more, great. But I'm sweltering. 3, and I don't want to be so sore I can't try and continue my splits tomorrow. I think that's 5, 6. Just taking our time. 1. Know that you don't need to stop through exercise. When your heart rate increases, you don't need to stop. Change the exercise, especially if you're doing cardio. Slow down. Have a pause in between, but don't fully stop and give up. Rest. Round 3 completed. Going for round 4 next. Hope we're all having a good weekend. I want to get some vitamin D. I'm going to rest and then go on to the 4th set. Additionally, many women overeat, especially when we're PMSing and hormones, and sometimes it's incredibly difficult. And starves themselves before special occasions, weddings, festivals, etc. To get in shape. Are there any negative effects if starving becomes a habit? Yeah, obviously. So if I've done that as well. I've overate, and then to compensate for that, I've not ate the next day or barely ate. You know what happens though? So say if this happens as well if you see, if you've got an event on at the weekend and sorry, getting distracted. If you've got an event at the weekend and you start saving calories, like eating less and moving more throughout the week, what can happen is your behavior on that event, you can overeat quite easily because you're like food and you cut it out, like that psychological benefit, psychological implication of that. Not eat, when you don't think of a white polar bear, the way our brains work, if you cut something out like chocolate, you want it even more. You do have unconditional permission to eat whatever you want whenever you want, but you need to have some boundaries, a little bit of some restriction, not eating after a certain amount of times. You need to parent yourself. But yeah, what I will say is negative implications of starving yourself: low in energy and fatigue, irritable, so moods and stuff. When you do start eating, you'll open up the floodgates. It's the same with fasting. Fasting's good if it's not too long. Usually people tend to overeat when they do start eating, from fasting, or they eat back the calories that they didn't eat when they were fasting. So yeah, but it's that this demon. Let's go for round 4. It's demonizing food, isn't it? The biggest thing that I see that knocks my clients off track at first, until they know better, obviously, and they've also got to trust me in the process as well. It's a big part of it. But the big thing that I see is when people are on holiday, say for a week, and they eat anything and everything in sight, especially if they're all inclusive, that mindset of I need to get my money's worth. So I'm going to punish my body and drink all the alcohol and all the food. Then you don't actually feel great, you feel bloated, perhaps you're constipated on holiday, and then when you come back they can struggle getting into a routine, and the longer you're off track, the more damaging it is to your results and to your fat loss. So the best thing to do, me and Scott, my partner, we always train and get steps in on holiday. We're a little bit more relaxed with food. We also, on holiday, rule of thumb, getting a good start to the day. We know motivation with the heat is going to go down the later in the day it gets. So what do? We work with ourselves. You don't get points to make fat loss harder than it needs to be. So we'll train in the morning before it gets too hot. We'll have breakfast first. We'll have always start your day off with a positive. Get your fruit in, healthy fats in, protein with your breakfast. And then if the rest of your day does go to shit because something happens, at least you had a good start to the day. Every day is a new start, is a fresh start. You don't have to wait till Monday. That's a common one as well. Split leg squats. Great questions though. Keep them coming, Queen Crush. 1. Going for 6. 2. 3. If you feel like you want to add weight, feel free. I don't today. 4. Another 2. 5. 6. See how workouts don't have to be overcomplicated. And some folk will be like dead bored and dead samey. I'm all for like mixing things up. But if you mix things up in your workout too often, how are you going to track your personal best? And you shouldn't be trying to get entertainment all the time from your sessions. You need to have more going on in your life if you're looking for entertainment all the time from your food and exercise. Do you look for entertainment in your shower? It's a good comparison. Hi guys. I love a like and subscribe if you want fitness, motivation and education. Queen Crush, how did you find my YouTube? Because you found me from my posts, right? Or were you watching my live? Is that how you found me? Then you commented. I don't know. Your first message sounded like you saw me from my YouTube post. Rest, and we're making sure this is progressive. So we're building muscle tone, strength. Thanks for the like. Buying another set. So if you've not done 5 sets of this superset before, this is a progression. So anything is a bonus. You want to build muscle, strength, tone. Just recovering so we can get the reps. What I could talk about it's the mindset is the prerequisite to long-term fat loss. It's the behavior change. So mindset, like that's why I recommend before they start coaching with me, my clients, like to listen to my podcast to see how I coach, and it's also a preparation for the mindset that I need to be able to coach somebody. Because in the past I've taken on clients where they say that the readiness for change is high, and whereas just, they've got all these events planned and they don't really implement anything that I'm saying. They're not really, you can just tell someone's not taking it in. So you just know straight away if someone's going to be serious at achieving fat loss. It's all well and good getting a trainer for exercise, but the fat loss is down to you, and it's a journey. It's a trial and error process. It's making little changes over time. I'm sure you've heard that. Let's go again. But usually people overeat from starving. So the best thing you can do, even if you do overeat on say the Tuesday from starving on the Sunday, Monday, just resume normal eating. It's when you don't get straight back on it and you start starving yourself, and it's this constant cycle. So you need to get out of this cycle of overeating, starving, overeating, starving. Starving is it's the normal response to starving yourself from food to lose weight is overeating. So every time you starve, bet you £100 you will overeat. It's normal. It'll never get your weight loss results. You need to fuel your body to get your PBs, to get stronger and leaner, to live every day. Oh, I feel like I'm getting a tan in my legs. Woohoo! Round 5. You don't have to do all these reps if you've not done this many before. You've already progressed, so well done. My legs are just really conditioned. Going for 6 again. So I've done like over 30 of these now. See how we can split it up, but the reps still count. Done over 100 lunges. Over to the other side. I'd love to know what degrees it is. 2, 3. Alaska legs are actually 4, 5. Whoa, moving on after this set. Oh wow. Rest. How are we doing? Moving on. Alexa, what degrees is it today? 23 already. Yes, mate. 23 degrees. Sweating my beans off. So that, what we've just done, is more than adequate workout to keep your muscle and stimulate new muscle to build. So you can just stop there. However, I'm not, because I'm a bad bitch. I'm going to get my yoga blocks. My calves are killing still from Thursday morning's HIIT training. I want to add more lunges. I want to do RDLs next. RDLs for the depth. Rest. A good rest so we can get some good reps. I think it would be so helpful to listen to your podcast. Link is in my bio. I'd love for you to listen to it. Let us know as well any feedback or anything that you want to hear me talk about. Excellent idea, actually. I'll do a podcast on overeating and starving cycle and how to get out of it and how to stay out of it. But it's part of your journey and it's part of all or nothing mentality that you've got to stop doing. Like perfectionism, you've got to drop it. Life isn't perfect. You don't need to be perfect to get incredible results. I certainly aren't. You explain with sufficient nutrition basis, so it'd be very helpful to another person. That's what I'm here for. So I'm a personal trainer of 12 years experience. Yeah? Daddy's gone home and he's going to do some exercise as well. I'm a specialise in nutrition, back pain, rehab, behavioural change specialist as well. So like working with yourself, and I understand like diet psychology really well. So you kind of need brainwashed again into the truth. I'm a Pilates and yoga teacher as well. Hence that my background. I like training people with rehab and being preventative. But yeah, get me in your ear on your walks. Have me brainwash into the truth. One of my latest ones is more about myself is the latest one that I've recorded. But over the last couple of podcasts I've recorded, link in my bio, or search DigiCoach podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I think it's pretty much everywhere. But yeah, it's discipline and consistency was another one. Are your weekends ruining your progress? A lot of people bang on the money Monday to Friday, but then when it comes to the weekend, let everything go to shit. Again, you don't have to be perfect on your weekends. If you're not doing any steps and being mindful of them, that might literally be enough for you to start losing quite a bit of fat. If you start your day off, I've got my hand wraps. Oh, they're my clients, damn it. Yeah, if you start your day off on a Saturday and Sunday with like a low nutritional breakfast, Can you improve that in some way? Can you add some fruit to it at least? It's a small changes. If normally you have like 5 coffees, lattes a day, that's a lot of money. First of all, tenner at least. Can you drop that? Can you drop like a couple, save them calories? Right, RDLs, and then we were gonna go into. What was it? RDLs and walking lunges, heavier. Reverse lunges. I wanted to go into. Really good for the glutes. Right, RDLs. Hi guys, welcome to my live. Okay. Cores engaged. Shoulders pinned back, chest proud. Soft knees, small bend in the knees. Stretch the hamstrings, squeeze the glutes. Right, feeling this from splits training. It sounds like water's running, but it's actually the trees rustling. Again, I'm not doing loads here. You okay? Reverse lunges. Alternating reverse lunges so we can challenge the glutes. Get your breath back. Your answers are really interesting, even in live streaming, and you have talent for captivating customers. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that feedback. When I run or walk, I walk for about an hour. First of all, I wouldn't recommend running just because it's so bad for the knees, and these knees have got to last you until you're in your 80s, right? And knee replacements, my dad's just had one, extremely painful. But if you enjoy running, make sure you've got the strength in your knees to do so. I walk for about an hour, great. I think it would be interesting to listen to your podcast. Yeah, let me motivate you. My voice might do your head in. Right, squeezing, keeping the connection in your front glute as you nice and wide. I'm going to go for about 10. Focusing on keeping that connection in the glute. And that's 4. Really squeeze. 5. 6. I'm going to rest after this. 7. Shaking. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Rest. Grab a drink. Because all of us done. Yeah, keep looking at your technique, and I recommend tracking food, like with a food diary. MyFitnessPal's a good cheap one, which is free. Even my app, $14.99 a month. Link is in my bio. You can track your food on my app. It's included in the membership. You can take pictures as well. But I recommend tracking your food for a small amount of time at first. If you don't have a clue about calories, you want to learn all that. And you get to start seeing trends. Like, I stopped tracking on a Friday night when I go out with friends and I find it hard to track. So then you need to zoom in on that. A lot of people try and improve the already good days, whereas if you turn your attention to the days that you didn't move, you didn't get your steps in, and improving that in some way, could be fasting a bit longer in the morning if you're unable to get your steps in, and having a bigger lunch and dinner. Always walk after your meals as well, or train to use that glycogen. You okay, baby? What's this? It's off my chair. Mummy's exercising, Anna. 27 minutes in. Round 2. Cause all of that's done. Hips back. Stretch the hamstrings, squeeze the glutes up. 3. I cannot wait for a shower. I'm so sticky. 4. 5. 6. 8. That'll do. I'm leaving. You'll notice I'm not going to fail. I'm leaving some in the tank. Last week, was it the week before? I think it was last week. I annihilated myself twice in legs. Took a long time to recover, so this week is a bit of a deload. So next week I'll have more energy to smash my legs. It was like 3 weeks ago, I think it was now. I had 17.5 kilograms in each arm is RDLing. Oh my goodness, the aches. It was at least 5 days, my hamstrings. 7, resting after this, 8, 9, 10, good, rest. Oh, quite alive this morning. Rest. It's usually a really busy one, this one, but that's okay. I'm gonna go for round 3 next. But yeah, if you've got any weight loss questions, any behaviours that you've noticed, any aches in your muscles you've noticed, but the less fat you've got to lose, the longer it's going to take, the more consistency as well that you need. That's why you can't just focus on the weight loss, the building muscle. Building muscle takes even longer, but especially if you've been exercising a bit. That's why you've got to find enjoyment in the process, in your exercising, and zooming on that. And I have a lot more salads now. That's the best thing I can say to you. Start getting used to and good at making salads. And the way I saw it was like a challenge, because I went from eating no salads this year actually to adding in once a week, and then I added in twice a week, and I chose a salad that I was more likely to enjoy. Marks and Spencer has a great range. It was like a nutty salad, super nutty salad. It's got hummus on the side, so if you don't want to taste your veggies, you can mix it in with that. It's like 350 calories, not much protein, but it's a lot of fibre. Quinoa, there's like massive amount of nuts and beans and veg through it. So I started to enjoy that. And then I went from my Saturday afternoon having a salad to having it twice a week. And that took like a few weeks. And every time I had a salad, I felt like it was a free meal. Because you don't want to overeat on a salad. And if you do, like, it's not going to be detrimental to your weight loss. And yeah, the more veggies, I don't even track my vegetables and fruit because it's like motivation for me to get it in. So every time you have a salad and a vegetable that you don't normally have, don't track it. See it as like a bit of a reward. Yeah, it's all these free meals, and the more of those free meals that you have, I sound like Slimming World. It works, and the more those free meals you have, the more weight you're going to lose. And then eventually, you just change your whole life to eating mostly whole foods and salads, and you should have a salad with every meal. But that definitely helped me. That mindset seen as a challenge. And now I actually love a salad. I've been sprinkling pomegranate onto it. Last round, and then we're going to get I sound like my toddler. I'm going to go into splits training. Shoulders pinned back. I always have to remind myself of that. Feel the stretch, squeeze the glutes. 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, it's so hot. 7, last one. 8. You don't need to do all these fancy exercises that fuck you up. It's nice to do them sometimes when it's not as hot, but reverse lunges to finish. Squeezing up with the glute. So I'm balancing, really squeezing that glute, my muscle connection. At the start, when you start training, like strength training, weight training, you're just trying to get the weight from A to B. But when you become more skilled, you get to focus on my muscle connection. And that's where the magic happens. That's where you build more muscle and strength, making every rep count and of good quality, caliber. Good rest. Splits training. Probably last time I'll be able to do these for a few days, so Let's get into it. Struggling. I'm having an Indian later, so I'll get my electrolytes back. Take your shoes off if you're doing this with me. Or you can just go into a low lunge to stretch everything off. Oh, my calves, man. Day 2 of DOMS. Because I've been going longer in length. I'm going to get my mat out so I can put my back foot on the mat so it's not on the concrete. I'm definitely starting with a calf stretch first. Right. Just need to move the mat. Cause all of the stars fading away. Let's do it this way. I did have someone else that was quite regular doing my workouts. Jenny Just, her username was. I've not seen her for about 5 days or something. I love how we're building a community. Right. Calf raises, nice and gentle. Not calf raises, calf stretch. They are so tight. And you know what? Always stretch out your calves after hill walking and if you've got DOMs and whenever you train legs, because plantar fasciitis is really scary and it's hard to recover from. A couple of my clients have just had surgery and the surgery doesn't sound bad for it, because as you get older your plantar fascia gets thicker with age, and that's when it can tear and snap. So again, flexibility is really important. Bending at the knee. Oh, right there. I need a massage on my calves. Right. I'm going to put the blocks together. Then we're going to pick up the 4 kilogram dumbbells for helping splits. I'll try to challenge myself a little bit with the things you told me. I don't know why, but I hate lunges the most. They are hard. I find squats hard. I guess it's because they're the hardest. It's a challenge I have to overcome. I mean, if at any time I'm doing lunges and you're too hard, techniques going and everything, I'd rather you switch to squats or pull squats. Lunges are hard on the knees. They're also great for knee strength and stability and stretch as well. Right. Let's get these hamstrings stretched a little bit further. So we're on a block for a deficit. Hips back. Stretching. Squeezing the glutes. So going nice and light because our technique's not the strongest. I'll do just a couple. Let's get into some splits. We're using P&F stretching, which brings your technique on the fastest. I would share my progress in the splits and where I started, but I'm in my knickers. No one wants to see that. But there's a massive difference in, I'd say it was a week today I started the P&F stretching with the splits. So I'm going to start with my good leg, just for my confidence. Well, just if it feels good. Toes to sky. Let's just settle in to a position. Now, your exhale in these stretches are so important because this is what's settling the nervous system for you to relax. It's getting our body used to the new position it's in. You okay? Oh, we're going to go into low lunge as well. What's wrong?
Just need to cut down. Sweat. Have you got sun cream on or?
A little bit, but I'm sweating from exercise as well. Go into a low lunge just to help that back hip flexor. Is that nice? Why are you wet? Oh, you're drenched. What's that noise? Must be a tractor cutting the hedges, maybe. Back into this space.
Ah, Mommy!
Yeah?
Oh no, they're not doctors!
Yeah, whatever that said. Pushing the hamstring and hip flex into the ground. Squeezing the thigh. Exhale. Hold. I do more of this when the kids aren't with me. Rest. I want to go over to the side and a low lunge. And turn my session off on my watch. You okay? Little Miss Brownie Pants. Ah! You're sunbathing. Low lunge, get the body used to a new position. Beep beep. Let's get into this. You need your nappy changed again, missus. You're drinking so much milk. Toast to the sky. Get off. Beep beep. You're just too cute. PNF stretch, hamstring and hip flexor switched on, pushing down. Thigh now switched on. Exhale. It's enough of that. It's enough of that shenanigans. Into cobra for the hip flexors and abs. Yeah, it sounds like it. I think it's a tractor, baby. Pull your dress down. That dress is so annoying. I'm gonna get shorts on you. It does actually fit that dress, but because it's a ruffle, it gathers up. Just walking about with a nappy hanging out. Back into child's pose. Couple of cracks there because I was able to release properly. You okay? Tractor, yeah. Oh, I didn't realise my abs were sore. A few stretches for the posture. You okay? Tricep stretch. Feel that all the way down your lower back. Remember to give back to your body in some small way this week. Works hard for you and keeps you in your job, in your social life, keeps you mobile. And giving back to me looks like yoga, stretches, a few stretches, even just 2. Some deep breaths, pranayama, meditation, self-care, relaxation. You can't just take from your body and expect it to perform and just function well for the rest of your life. I feel like I need a hip stretch. I'm going to get into the triangle pose next. Thank you for my answer, and your babies are lovely and cute. Thank you so much. I know why you stretch. I don't stretch often, so I don't have a range of movement when I lift weights. I think this could lead to injury. 100% right, yeah. That's exactly it. Right, triangle pose. I'm going to use a block so I can relax in this stretch. So nice and wide, toes face forward. What is that? That must be a tractor cutting the hedges. I think it's a tractor, baby. Tractor, yeah, it's working. Definitely caught the sun now. Right, both toes face forward, 1.5 shoulder width apart stance. Rotate one on the outside so you place your block. Bending it in the leg. Neck click there. Thanks for stealing my sunglasses. Feeling the stretch here. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Imagine 2 planes of glass in front and behind you. Just straighten that back leg now. Whoa. Bending the front leg. Lift. Beautiful. Do love a twist. Harder than it looks, but that's surprisingly made me out of breath. Right, over to the other side. Starting with the higher position first. What? Just got my sunglasses on. Good pec stretch as well. Oh, enjoying this too much to get out of it. Oh, lovely. I can barely see my screen now. A few days ago, I was watching your live stream, and while you were doing yoga, your second daughter lowered the camera so I could see the pink car. She's so funny. So that's Demi, my 2-year-old. She's cheeky. Yeah, I was practicing the handstands, was our headstand even. So I'm practicing the headstand so I can get into the handstands. So I'm using the headstands to figure out and lock in with where my brain knows where my pelvis is sitting over my shoulders, if that makes sense. Because obviously when I'm doing it, I can't see where it feels like my pelvis is over my shoulders. Your legs don't really matter that much. But yeah, lovies and leavers, have a wonderful Saturday. I'm going to do some yoga later tonight when the sun's setting. It's going to be lush. And yeah, I'm going to go for an Indian walk, a good walk before and after it. And yeah, spend as much time in the sun as possible. Hope you do